Alright, we are up and running. Hello everyone, I haven't run the title sequence for a while, so here it is. Blitz Breakdown with David. Today is day 16 on my journey to beat a Grandmaster. And I am very happy with the progress that I've made. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. Yesterday was a good win, and I beat the highest person in terms of ELO in this series so far, so that's encouraging. Even though it's still nowhere near beating a Grandmaster, it's good to keep pushing that ceiling of players that are better than me and beating players that are better than me, because that's ultimately what this challenge is about. So, without any further ado, let's jump into today's game. 3-minute game with a 2-second increment. Let's see if we can follow up after yesterday's win. Alright, so this would be, hypothetically, if I were to win, my best win so far. He opens with the English. Okay. I've done very little preparation against the English, so I'm going to play g6 and fianchetto. This guy's playing pretty quickly, and castle. Alright, now I'm wondering if I'm supposed to play knight to d7 here and then push e4. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Takes. Yeah, I think I just strike in the center. The sooner the better. Okay, that's sensible. Play rook to e8 just to hold this. There's a little bit of an awkward situation now that I've realized that I'm setting myself up for. I think I want to play queen to e7. And then maybe I think about playing c6. I suppose now I don't need to worry about queen to e7. Because there was some tactics as if I move this knight, I was going to create some problems for myself. But now I think he wants rook to d1, presumably. Okay. Alright, he's creating some weaknesses, but I can always play queen to h7 if he plays queen to c1. Only problem is that this bishop's kind of not great, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this bishop. Okay, let's play queen to e7 because it's kind of logical. I'm tempted to push b6 and actually get the bishop active on this side. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Play bishop to b7, and the intention is to try and kind of open things up and start putting pressure on, or maybe even play knight to c5. I'm just trying to put pressure on. I don't think it really achieves much, actually, truth be told. The other option is playing bishop to a6. He's just going to defend that pawn. That's interesting. Almost tempted now to play a5, which I think I will do. Just trying to kind of break down my queen side a little. Okay, not unhappy to see that. Thing here is after takes, okay, he can take back with the knight, but I don't think I'm going to take here. I think... Okay. Now I really want to play this move, knight to c5, but I can't because now that'll hang this pawn, and now I think I just have to accept the reality of my choices. Okay, now I can play it, though, and now he has to deal with it, so let's go ahead and do that. So I have some counterplay. He has these advanced pawns, but I've got the knights. They're working together to attack the central e4 pawn. And I've also got these two pawn majority on the queen side that hopefully will amount to something. I don't think I can play this yet because maybe there's some kind of tactics here. But maybe the simplest way is just to put pressure on his queen. Queen probably... Oh, actually, that's a great square for the queen, isn't it? It's a little bit irritating, but I have a way to defend. I can play knight to d7, holding both of these pawns. So, expecting him to play queen to b2, which he doesn't do. That's a shocker. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Quite a clever move, actually. Should be said. Truth be told, I'm just going to now play this. It's kind of a little bit of a weird move. self-imposed pin. So actually, the more I look at it, the worse it is. What am I seriously? What was the point of that move actually? Because now I was thinking there would be some way to kind of cut off this bishop, but there aren't really any great ways to do that. So maybe this is not the smartest move for me. My position's still more or less holding together, so I think maybe he's considering this kind of thing. Takes. Yeah, and then he's got all this pressure. I don't think I can take this pawn if he pushes it. I'll just ignore it. Maybe I can... Nah, I think I just have to move back, actually. This pawn push kind of scares me a little bit. Okay, that I can respond to. That I can respond to. Yeah. Makes sense. But now maybe I think I just start pushing these pawns. What is his threat here by putting the queen over here? Oh, that's just hanging a pawn upright. Why would I do that? Okay, I can't do that. I can't play this either because his queen is actually quite well placed. It's really not in my best interest to... Other option I have is just moving my rook over. I think I'm going to do that. That makes a lot of sense. Ah. Okay, but now my knight is no longer pinned. Pinning the rook at least. My rook is no longer pinned. Feel like also really uncomfortable with the idea of taking this pawn even... Well, maybe it's actually okay. If he allows me to take it with the idea that once I move this piece, there's going to be a huge amount of pressure in the center. Maybe there won't be because I'm defending it a couple of times and also can follow up with f5. So I think he has to defend this. I don't think he can just give it up. Unless he decides now to go... Whoa! Whoa! What's the idea here? He jumps in? Wow, that's a big move. Okay, if I take, I'm assuming that this is the move. Oh, no, now I see it. Okay, now I see it. And I think I'm okay with it. Yeah. I see it and I think I'm okay with it. Got a reasonably good square for my queen. And his dark square bishop's actually quite a nice piece right now. It's possible that he can try and chase me around. I don't mind. I'm going to exchange off queens. I'll play queen to b4 if he starts attacking my queen with his rook. Whoa! Okay, let's try and eliminate threats quickly. Okay. Scary stuff. It's got these two rolling pawns, but I have a lot of heat on the back rank, fortunately for me. For the time being. Can push this. I'll just take... Sacrifice. Get rid of those two nasty... this looks unpleasant. Ah, that's a good move. Shucks. Still kind of hanging in there. Oh, he's going to pick up that pawn too. Okay. Probably thinks that he can take, and he's probably not wrong. Maybe it's Zugzwang. No. Ah! Such a close game. Such a pity. I am unhappy that I didn't win that. But it was a very good game. And let's take a look at the analysis and see what happened. Oh man, that was so tight towards the end there, but my opponent just had an edge and I blundered here. Yeah, this was a really bad move. I can basically do anything and it's going to be equal. Except for this. This just allows this king to infiltrate and pick up the two black pawns. Yeah. But that's chess, eh? Often it just comes down to these sort of slight margins, and I was hoping if he didn't have an extra move, then I might have been able to force his king out, or I actually don't think it makes a difference really. Because even if he plays here and his king's on h6, I'm going to take and then he'll just move back. Or no, he can just take my pawn and then I lose. So yeah, great game. There was a moment where I had an advantage here. I thought trading off... Okay, what's the correct way here? Let's see. I needed to play knight f to d7. Okay, so just move across. And yeah, I was just worried about these two pawns, but they really are pretty limited in terms of their movement. So anyway, that was a great game, and I think very instructive. My opponent sacrificed the piece to be able to sort of break open these pawns. And the idea is after I take the knight, which is fine, he can jump in and then attack my rook. He can get compensation immediately. And after I move, what am I supposed to do? Queen to e8. Okay, so just step back and keep all of my pieces on the 8th rank and just keep an eye on these two pawns if he decides not to take my rook. Out of interest, rook to... yeah, you see, it's really interesting here. The engine actually doesn't suggest regaining compensation by picking up the exchange after white sacrificed the knight. Actually prefers queen to b1. Oh, what am I saying? Of course, yeah, the queen's hanging. So queen to b1. Okay, that makes sense. And then... oh, that's why this is such a good move. Ah, okay. Yeah, all right, that's stupid of me. I didn't notice that. Okay, so then the queen retreats, and then after the queen retreats, rook to d8, you can actually just move the rook, and now you're doing fine. White has the two passed pawns, as we had in the game, but you're defending these really carefully with all of your pieces kind of active. Okay, anyway, it's a pity, but still a good game. Happy with, more or less happy with the way I played. I just blundered in the end game, and that's going to happen occasionally. But once I'm getting back into that sharp form of play that I had a few months ago, I'll start being able to have a little bit more nerve towards the end of the game. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.